What is going on, everyone? My name is Boyt and I am back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the bottom of the map in the red color, playing as Odin. His name is D.O.D. Brickhead. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Zeus, his name is Skady. The map is Tundra. This is the round of 8. It's best of 5 for the Bill Gregg Open Invitational. $1,000 prize pool. We see the Great Hunt being used at the very start of the game here. And here is all of the goodness. Great Hunt grabs all of these caribou here, all of these goat. Odin King, let's go. Brickhead indeed. We have the Odin from Brickhead. We have the Zeus from Skady. There is no disputing that this was what was going to be happening. Skady is a very strong Zeus player. Brickhead's a very strong Norse player. I actually expected him to maybe pick Thor here, but Odin is a good god. We'll see if he can abuse what makes Odin good, or if Skady can abuse what makes Zeus good. This matchup is very difficult for the Odin player though, just because you have to deal with those centaur. Very hard to get around those things. They move really quick. You have to wall up the map. You got to put things everywhere and stop the centaur as best as you can. There's many options though for Zeus. Zeus can actually go for some cheese here. It's not really cheese because it's a super effective strategy, but cheese, and it's not the meta in that they can go Athena here and go for those crazy rushes. Athena rush with Hoplite, Toxotes, Minotaur, Jason Odysseus. It's kind of an exposed gold mine, and we see Skady with the Catascopus coming in here. He's checking out this gold mine. He sees it's a little bit exposed. If he makes a little push into this location here, takes out this sentry tower, it can be really difficult for Brickhead. He's going to have to really wall this up, make it difficult for Skady to attack here, which is going to mean there's a lot of pressure for Brickhead. Probably would have been a half decent map to just veto, just so he can get another chance at a better gold mine spawn. We're also seeing the temple being thrown at the back of the base, which is really, really smart, because it means it's not going to be taken by any hoplites in the early game. This front of the base really just need to be chucking up wall segments, those one tile walls around this tower, and a wall across to the other side, followed by some longhouses behind it. Should be totally fine here. We've got Skady actually doing something we don't see very often. Got the 3 wood, 3 gold here. We've been seeing players go for those 3 wood, 2 gold. This 3rd gold delays your classical age just by a fraction. You can get there at 4:45. We might be seeing a 5-minute advance time by Skady. No real rush to get to that classical age. You can go 4:30 with the Athena rush. You can go 5:15 with the Athena rush. Have a bit of a delayed push. Generally speaking, it's not a bad idea against the Norse players to go for those delayed pushes. See Freya incoming for Brickhead. He needs to get there fast. We've got the Ravens already out here, and they are scouting around trying to find that wood location. We've got a storehouse on this back location here and on this front location. So an early forest fire, not going to do too much damage to Skady here. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. You can burn this forest and see what you can do, but that's probably going to be it. We've got the Klofesh of Horus over here being found. It's actually a really, really good relic for our Norse player, just in case we see the Hermes, which we do see from Skady. We've also got this blue crystal shard up here. It's kind of a pretty irrelevant relic for these gods here. I don't think it actually gives many bonuses at all. And there's the Freya coming through. Longhouse is coming out. Valkyrie comes down. Raven getting information. Does he see the 2 villagers on favor? If he gets that, he will know that it's going to be Centaur coming out. And it's only 2 villagers on favor. So there's going to be a lot more resources than this Zeus player is going to be used to. Normally we're seeing 3 villagers on favor for this. So we're probably going to be seeing some early stable to or maybe archer range or military academy in order to keep that pump going, because you're not able to spam out those centaurs quite as fast with only 2 villagers on the favor. Centaurs coming out and instantly silver maul. This makes our centaurs quite a bit faster. We've got the raiding cavalry starting to come out, and walls getting thrown down as soon as he sees that Hermes. In fact, a little bit before the Hermes, potentially the Raven sitting above this temple, spotting that one out there. Just getting a touch of lag there. I'm not sure what was going on. Hopefully everyone's got their computers working correctly. That's all right. We've got the Hersa coming out right now. Surprised we didn't actually see 4 Skady here. Looks like we're just going to be playing defensive. It needs to get raiding cavalry out and get thundering hooves, medium cavalry, in order to deal with these centaur. But luckily, this bottom area has been walled off as the centaur polemark comes in. It's going to see this Ulfsuck. The Ulfsuck gets automatically garrisoned, and that centaur is going to be sent packing. Got these villagers moving over here. I think this is sort of a trade that the Brickhead's okay with, taking a little bit of damage onto that one raiding cavalry. And the Hersa moves in, going to be bashing away at this centaur as he's getting away. We've also got the raid on this location, pushing a couple of villagers off that food there. Really nice play so far from Brickhead, but Skady needs to get on top of these heroes, and on top of the usage of these heroes, and push Brickhead away from there and get some more of that juicy hunt, that food into him. And Brickhead's also got his Valkyrie back here. This isn't something I've seen very much. It's actually really smart for the early game to chase the Centaur around, because one Valkyrie kind of beats out the Centaur, and it's quite fast. So using that one defensively instead of trying to raid, there is a bolt that can be used on it though, and I expect to see Skady use that bolt. He's going to move in here, see that there's so many units over here. We're just seeing him pick off a Centaur there. Not a Centaur, a raiding cavalry there. Not sure why that Valkyrie was not healing that guy back up. He was taking some heat earlier and got dealt with, and here we go. Got the walls finishing up for Brickhead. You've got one more little wall to deal with here, and then these Centaur effectively get shut down. There's still hunt left in the base for Brickhead. So once these caribou get finished, you can just leave there. When we see the Centaur making their way around the bottom, there is one low HP villager which will die to this, and I'm sure Skady will check this one out. And he's going to go for that one villager. Yeah, he's going to go for it, and he does pick that guy off as the villagers move back. Well played there by Skady. Really smart to be selecting those villagers and get that little pick off. It's one villager down only though, and these Centaurs stop becoming so useful against Odin, as opposed to different matchups like the Uranus matchup where you can mass these Centaurs. These Centaurs stop being so useful once medium raiders and thundering hooves comes out. But we do have the hoplites incoming now for Skady. This is a really good unit composition here. The hoplites beat the raiders and beat the Hersa, and these Centaurs can sit in the back and do quite a bit of damage. And we do see Brickhead's just okay with this. He's just going to retreat, get back into his base, possibly upgrade watchtowers, which are incoming. That's going to force these units of Skady to run away and not really do too much damage, just throw away a raiding cavalry there. And now that the watchtowers is up, he can just raid. He can just leave his base and raid, and these hoplites are going to be really out of position. Going to be going for this gate here. The watchtowers are taking down the Jason and the hoplite. Much prefer to see the hoplite get picked off here rather than the Jason, just because Jason's got the 34 pierce armor compared to 15% pierce armor of the hoplite. So the watchtowers do just a little bit more damage per second against those. And we do see the raids incoming here, and Skady on top of this. Looks like Brickhead's not quite on top of this. He could possibly kill off one of those low HP villages, but he's going to go for that wood line. The village making beeline for this sentry tower, and they do make it in there. Unlucky for Brickhead, not getting any pickoffs there, but he is going to be dealing a little bit of economic damage here with the idle time. The Centaur coming in here, going to do a little bit of damage to those raiders, getting away from there. Can't dodge with the special attack, and here we go. The split up of the group, running past these villages, going to be onto it, and the forest fire comes down. It's going to be 3 dead villagers, possibly 4 dead villagers. Really huge pickoff there for Brickhead, and now Skady making a move into this location. We've got the throwing axeman here doing a lot of damage to these hoplite here, as well as this watchtower in the back. Brickhead really doesn't want to fight this one here. He's got half of his army raiding, and he's just going to be bringing the hoplite in closer and making them take a little bit of damage there, keeping these raiding cavalry off onto the side to hit something else in the time being. The Ravens chilling over the town center, just getting himself a little bit of line of sight here. And Brickhead is going to be losing a longhouse here. He can't really defend against these hoplite. He needs to build more longhouses, I feel like. He needs to get out some more throwing axemen. He definitely needs to rebuild that longhouse now. He's got a little bit of resources in the bank, but it looks like he's trying to save that wood to get to that next stage. The armor is going to go up. He needs He needs his own Skady. Skady is actually the key to beating Skady here in this game. The armory coming up, and these hoplite making a maneuver over here. These houses should fall down, and basically Brickhead's out of hunt now, and he's also out of gold. But how much gold has he got in the bank? He's got enough to advance to the next stage, and he's building a dwarf as well. It's not what you want to see. This is going to be tough for him. He's going to get to the mythic. He's going to get to the heroic age. That's certain. The question is here, what's the population? 104 to 86. He is going through Skady. The question is he going to be able to get out enough army here to defend against this push? You can't have a minute here to get to the heroic age, which you should be able to do. And you can push away these units, and then you can frost this army and deal a lot of damage to it while it's frosted. You do about 1 damage a hit when the units are frosted because they have 99% armor, but 1 damage a hit over 45 seconds is quite a bit of damage indeed. Now, all of the army moving in here going to deal a little bit more damage. Keep throwing away units here. It's not what you want to see. Now we've got the 2 longhouses back up. But the big issue here for Brickhead is going to be gold. He should probably try and sneak a gold mine here because Skady's got no idea what's going on. Oh, but we've got the Toxotes coming over to check out this location here. We've got the Raiders in the back. Does he have Thundering Hooves? No Thundering Hooves. The Throwing Axemen moving in, and this is going to be a really big fight. Frost is going to be incoming, and there's the Frost, comes straight on top of all of these units, gets every single one of them here. So this is going to be a lot of dead units for Skady, sitting at 114 population here. Is he going to the next stage? No. Next stage, we've got some more longhouses coming up. Brickhead is going to be getting this gold income. He's got a random Toxotes over here dealing some damage, and to pick that guy off instantly. Going to be actually losing a dwarf here. Looks like, and he misses the arrow there, gets the dwarf to survive. Get that dwarf back, needs to pick this guy up. We do see the bolt comes down onto that frost giant. He cannot afford any frost giants here. Brickhead's got a little bit of gold in the bank. He's got a lot of wood in the bank, but not much else. And he does need to get these throwing axemen out in order to deal with this one. There's one Hearser in the back of this location here. We do have that Kopesh of Horus, so these Centaur should be falling fairly soon, but the big issue right now is going to be all of these low HP hoplite which just die here as they start retreating, and Brickhead should be able to take this fight. He's got a lot of hurt, well, he's got a couple of hurts here in the back. Nice micro from Skady at the moment in order to get out of here. He's managing to keep most of his army alive, and Brickhead needs to fix up this ox cart, but he's in a fairly decent position. We do see the Centaurs turning around, trying to do these damage, but the Hearser not getting through. Need to get those guys onto the Centaur as fast as possible. We are seeing this Valkyrie doing absolute work. The Odysseus, though, in the back is going to be picking that guy off, and we do see that Brickhead has to get out of here at this point. He's pumping out units, but he needs to get wood. He needs to get wood to get these throwing axemen up. If he gets out enough throwing axemen, gets out enough of these frost giants, he should be in a decent position. We do see that the army is Skady now, focusing on these villages here. And the Frost Giants are out though. So what we do need to see is these heroes get picked off. We do see some villagers pulling off the line here to help him out. But there's just so many Centaur here. We see some nice frost onto those full HP Centaur. But the Odysseus is just absolutely packing on the damage there. We have a third Frost Giant in the back though. It's going to be freezing a lot of these guys. A really low HP Centaur in the back. And these Toxotes are now the issue for Brickhead. Skady sitting at 98 population, Brickhead sitting at 72, so it's a little bit of an advantage right now for Skady, but this is mostly in these Centaurs, and the Frost Giant spam just being enough for Brickhead to survive this push here at this point. Still pumping out the throwing action. He's got a couple of these longhouses not producing units. He could probably afford to do that in a couple of them, and yet again another Centaur pick-off here. This is huge, and there are no heroes at this point for Skady. And now it's kind of a flip. If Brickhead can get out enough units, which it really doesn't look like he can, as both the heroes are going to be out again, that's going to pick off all of these Frost Giants. How's his gold situation looking? Ooh, he doesn't have that much in 69 population. And now the army's sitting on this gold mine, going to be absolutely huge. We've got some villagers over here grabbing some hump while this fight is going on. Frost Giants of Therm coming in, Therm coming in, helping out here, gives these guys a lot more HP, and they're going to be doing some nice damage to this Greek army. And we've got the Raiders onto the Odysseus in the back, but Skady is just piling it on at this point, but for some reason he's struggling. He's moving down to this hunt for some reason. He's stealing the hunt away. But the big issue right here is going to be villagers getting picked off. These Toxodi just doing crazy work. And this is the big issue right here, I think, for Brickhead, is he just doesn't have enough production. He's got 3 military buildings as opposed to Skady's 4 military buildings. I guess they both have 4 military buildings, but building raiders at a speed of 18 versus the hoplites 14. You get out an extra hoplite every little bit, and that does count quite a bit. And we do see that the villagers need to move over here. Sneaking a gold mine in the corner, and we do see that these villagers are running away. And I think the villager count now is heavily favoring Skady here, and now Brickhead is, Skady is also going to be sending villagers or units over to this gold mine. Might be not a bad idea to move on to this gold mine as well. We do see, are they just going to chill here and block the line of sight? That'd be a really bad move, but he's going to check the gold mine just in case. There is this gold mine here as well that hasn't been checked out. Got some raiders moving into this location here, but Brickhead, he has been spotted on this gold mine, and now all of the units for Skady are going to be moving up and picking off these villages of Brickhead, and Brickhead's going to be in a really difficult position here. No gold income. He's sitting at 18 gold in the bank, 60 population left. No gold mines to be grabbed. He's sending some villagers over here, which will be spotted instantly by these Skady villagers, but these villagers are going to be dying. Got one dwarf that's going to be able to get out of here, get a little bit of income from that gold mine over there. Oh, we see the villagers moving away. I don't think that this granary has line of sight. It should only get to about here. The granaries have really low line of sight. You can see the little circle around them. You have about that much. If we move that onto the granary, yeah, you can't see it. Oh, maybe this ox cart's gonna spoil it for him, but we're gonna be seeing Skady move over anyway. Skady's got such a strong army right now. Still not advancing to the heroic age, but he doesn't need it. He just needs to pile this on. We do see the units moving in, and the villagers decide to run away. Is he gonna run past the granary? He's gonna get caught out here, unlucky, and the units of Skady are going to be preventing that move around here. We've got a bunch of raiding cavalry to help out, but this army here is way too strong, and the villagers here are going to start getting picked off, and that's a fairly strong gold stuff. Got the market up though for Brickhead. He can start trading resources, but he's only got 10 favor and he's got no frost giants left. He can get some raids going on here, which he really needs. He needs to basically pick off like 40 of Skady's villagers here if he wants to continue in this game, basically, just because of how many villages he's lost himself. And we've got the villagers just chilling here, taking gold from every location. A second town center coming up now for Skady. Really nice play from him, and the hoplite chasing these villagers away. And all of the villagers over here did fall for Brickhead as well. It's absolutely brutal. I think the kill to loss ratio is actually not that bad for a Brickhead. It just so happens that a lot of that kill to loss is going to be in villagers. Got some more villagers who's getting chased around. Going to be able to save those guys. And yet again, maybe going to see these villagers make it a run for this gold mine. They could potentially sneak through here. Run through this location, hug the wall, move up to this location, run through here, and can get to this gold mine, which may be able to help. And we're seeing a last-ditch effort onto this location. A lot of throwing axemen here. And the Centaur do get picked off. We've got the Raiders in the back. This is a really good fight for Brickhead here. As he's moving villagers forward, no, he's going to be grabbing wood, just going to be trading for that to get the gold income. And this is huge. He's going to pick off a lot of these units here. And maybe we're going to be able to grab a gold mine back. We've got a little bit of a raid into his location over here. But Jason's going to get picked off. Most of the units here are going to be picked off, but this Centaur is alive. Oh, we've got a Valkyrie out. That is definitely true, Brickhead. You've got access to Valkyries when you get gold stars. You can still pump those guys out. And Brickhead still alive here, making a little push into Skady. He's got 86 pop to 71 pop. Nice raids have been keeping Brickhead in. And what is the, I don't know what the trade situation is. I don't think I get to see it here if I could play. Oh, I do get to see it. Wood is going to sell for 64 resources here. So you're getting, for every 100 wood, you're getting 64 gold if you do go for that trade. It goes down every single time you push on it as well. And now we're making a move on to these villagers. Going to pick off even more of Skady's villagers. A little bit of the predicament he came to when he moved forward onto this location. And now Skady's like, oh, I need to do the damage. But he doesn't really. He can just chill for the time being. Resupply here onto the population. Get that get that heroic age, potentially go through Dionysus here and go for a bronze push just for that last little push onto this gold mine. But maybe he doesn't even need to do that. Brickhead sitting at 87 pop to the 109, so he is quite a bit ahead on the population. But this army here is the story. The population difference is huge, but the army difference is not. We just see Brickhead has been sacrificing so much economy here. So he really doesn't have access to a Ragnarok here. It's going to be the weakest Ragnarok you ever see. But, I mean, Brickhead's probably not going to get to the heroic age for quite some time. And now we're seeing Dionysus coming in. And this is going to be bronze, and it's going to be brutal. But we do see the Raiders moving in. They still don't have thundering hooves. Trying to do some damage into this location. The Valkyrie tanking a little bit of heat there. The special from the Centaur Hallmark going to be taking that one out there. And Brickhead taps out. GG. Well played by Skady there. Managing to take that one. Taking the first game 1-0. Actually looked like Brickhead had a real nice chance here. Just so happens the pressure from Skady was just too good. And he managed to pick off all of those Frost Giants. I feel like if Brickhead could have kept those Frost Giants alive while that was going on, it might have been a little bit easier for him to deal with this. Like if he had kept the Frost Giants alive when the heroes were alive, like took the heroes away, tried to pick off those heroes without losing the Frost Giants, he probably could have kept fighting. It's just these heroes just did too much damage to them, and they were able to really do some stuff. Not sure what Skady's doing, what Skady means here, but apparently his units weren't fighting during the fight there, which may be why Brickhead was doing so well. Not sure, but we'll move on to game number 2 shortly. Thanks for hanging out with me. Appreciate you guys immensely, and get that game going real soon.